Hi dear Leos, welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this video I'm going to talk about the transits for the month of October. October is an exciting month because we have two eclipses. This month should be intense. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it's just a lot will be going on in October. So let's see. At the very beginning of October, we have Mercury entering Libra. And so for you Leos, October is usually the time when you are focused on your third house activities, most of October. Because Libra for you, that is your third house. So third house is the house of communication, writing, talking, short distance travels, yes, and siblings. Yeah, so it might be the time when you spend a lot of time with your siblings, hang out with them. It can also be the time when you write a lot, okay, especially when Mercury enters Libra, because Mercury is a planet of communication and writing, and it rules the third house. So yeah, Mercury is very active and very comfortable in the third house, so you can expect to text a lot, to make a lot of calls, to write long reports, I guess, or maybe even creatively express yourself. If you are thinking of writing something, do it this October. Especially because Mercury will be super close to the solar eclipse in Libra. It will be only 4 degrees away, and so Mercury is the planet of communication, like messenger. It's the messenger of the gods. So you might receive some news, some message regarding your third house matters. So maybe I don't know, about your siblings, some changes in the lives of your siblings. It's a major milestone because of the eclipse. And then, for example, you might find out that your sibling is getting married, or that they're engaged now, or that they're getting divorced. I don't know, you know what I mean. And what else? So next, on October 6th, we have the last quarter moon in Cancer. This marks the beginning of a week where not much happens, because day by day the moon is becoming smaller and smaller, and it will disappear by the time of the new moon. So this means it's not a good time to start anything new. So from October 6th to October 10th is not a good time to start new projects. Use this time to recharge your batteries, wrap things up that started with the Virgo new moon in September. It's a great time for that. Or you can start getting ready for the new moon solar eclipse in Libra. It's a great time for that too. But generally, I would say use this time to recharge your batteries, gain energy, because this is like the calm before the storm. And by storm, I mean the eclipses. Okay, eclipse times are very energetically draining because a lot of activities around the eclipses. So don't feel guilty if you don't feel like doing anything. I mean, you'll obviously be going to work and stuff, but it's just after work, try to allow yourself to relax. Be lazy for those 4 days from October 6th to October 10th. And then on October 8th, Venus enters Virgo. Venus is gonna leave your sign where it spent 4 months. Remember, Venus entered your sign in mid-June, and it was retrograde in your sign. So dear Leos, you are finally finishing that self-evaluation period, and relationship matter period, karmic stuff. So now Venus is going to enter your money house, and this is good. So when Venus enters Virgo, it means Venus is leaving the shadow zone, because remember, it started retrograding on the 28th degree of Leo, so at the very end of Leo. And so when it enters Virgo, it's out of the shadow zone. So you are completely done with the karmic work. Done. And the good news is that in October, both of the eclipses are Venus ruled. Solar eclipse in Libra, Venus ruled sign, and then lunar eclipse in Taurus, again, and the second Venus ruled sign. So Venus is very prominent in October, a very Venusian month. And it's good to have Venus in good shape, because Venus, after retrograde out of the shadow zone, it's in good shape. Yeah. Imagine if it was like retrograde or in the shadow zone, we would get like lots of karmic stuff from the eclipses, but thankfully it won't be like karmically bad, and that's good news. And next, oh wait, no, so I forgot to mention, when Venus enters Virgo, so that is your second house, so like financial blessings. Second house is the house of money, self-love, values, material possessions. So this might be finally a good time to make that major new purchase you were postponing because of the Venus retrograde. Now is a great time to buy that expensive jewelry you always wanted, or like that designer bag, or like, I don't know, like something expensive that you wanted. Or what else? It might not be like a necessarily spending time. It might be actually a great time to earn money. Maybe like you receive bonuses and stuff. Yeah. I forgot to mention that when Venus enters Virgo, it's going to make an opposition to Saturn in your 8th house. And so you might have to pay for something. I don't know what can that be. It depends on your individual chart, but like generally, so Venus is in your money house. Saturn is in the house of your partner's money, like other people's money. So maybe if you owe someone some money, I don't know, like you might have to pay that back. Or someone might ask to borrow money from you. Yeah, because Saturn is like karmic, and then like it's asking you for money. I mean, it's one of the possible interpretations. I'm not saying like this is definitely going to happen. So do be aware. What else? On October 10th, Pluto is going to turn direct on the 27th degree of Capricorn. So why am I mentioning this? Pluto is very far away from the Sun, so we barely feel it. We only feel it when it's making like an exact aspect in your chart. So you are going to feel this direct motion if you have, let's say, your Venus on the 27th degree of Capricorn. Then yes, you are going to feel it. Or if you have your Venus on the 27th degree of Virgo, yes, you are going to feel that trine from Pluto in Capricorn. But otherwise, you're not going to feel it that much. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because when Pluto turns direct, that means only 4 planets will be retrograde, and they are all outer planets. If you remember, in August we had 6 planets in retrograde, and 2 of them were personal planets. So we really felt that slowing down in our daily routine, like frustrations, delays, and stuff. But thankfully in October all of that is behind, and now we just have those eclipses. Yeah, and then on October 12th, Mars is going to enter Scorpio until November 25th. Mars feels very comfortable in Scorpio because it is the core ruler of Scorpio. And wherever Mars is, it tends to activate that house and brings energy, lots of energy into that house. And for you, Leos, that's your 4th house. So you might finally have the energy to get that house project done that you've been postponing or like didn't have time for, and now you'll finally do that. Or another possible interpretation is that Mars, since it's the god of war, like it can make you a bit more argumentative. So do watch out. Like you might get irritated by your roommates if you have roommates, or I don't know, family. You might feel extra irritated by them or something. Do be aware, okay? And if you feel like that, stay away, I guess, for a couple of weeks, because this transit is temporary. I'm just saying, be aware. But like otherwise. Mars can also give us that energy, like braveness, to deal with the stuff that we've been postponing, and it's in Scorpio, so it's like a very psychological stuff. So if you've been postponing something, now you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna face this. Yeah, like I'm gonna get this done. So you have that energy from October 12th to like November 25th. But what else? And on October 14th, we have the solar eclipse in Libra on the 21st degree of Libra. And the Leos, that is your 3rd house. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, 3rd house is your siblings' house. So some major milestone in your sibling's life. Maybe, as I said, like your sibling might get engaged or get married, divorced, or like they might buy a new house. I don't know. And for you, Leos, this might be that you maybe buy a new car. I don't know, or maybe you'll sell your car because this solar eclipse is happening on the south node, and south node is like karmic accumulation, like the part that we're like kind of like let go, I guess. Yeah, so you might sell your old car and maybe buy a new one. Yeah, so do you remember what happened to you around October 14th in 2004? Because that's when we had this exact solar eclipse, the same degree. And so if you were old enough to remember, please try to remember because it gives good insight. Similar themes will be triggered, but obviously the circumstances will be different. And what else? And so this is like the time when you'll be breaking free from the old habits. Yeah, and but so new moon solar eclipse, so something new. Okay, regarding your siblings, but like it's not only siblings. As I said, short distance travel, like car communicate, like transportation, like commute and stuff. Communication, maybe like your phone, because third house also rules your phone. You might decide to sell your old phone and maybe buy a new one. I don't know. And then like writing projects, because again, communication, all forms of communication. And then I'm going to make a separate video for this eclipse. Okay, so I'll give more information there. I'm trying to keep these horoscope videos short, so don't forget to check out those eclipse videos. I'll post them later. On October 22nd, we have Mercury entering Scorpio until November 11th. Again, Mercury is gonna sprint through Scorpio, and so when Mercury is in Scorpio, we don't like small talk. Like we are more serious in our communication. It gives us like energy to have deep discussions. And remember, you already have Mars in your fourth house, and so on October 22nd, Mercury is going to join that Mars in your fourth house. And so if you have been delaying some important conversations with your family, now it might be a great time to have those conversations. And then on October 23rd, the Sun is going to join those planets, Mercury and Mars. Okay, so it's going to illuminate your fourth house. It was the most of October, while the Sun was in Libra, the focus was on your like very light-hearted matters. The third house is very light; it's an air house, and so for you it was like siblings, communication, talking, texting, sending a lot of messages and stuff. But towards the end of October, the shift is gonna be like the focus is gonna be more on family matters, emotional foundation, your house. Okay, and on October 28th, at the end of the month, we have full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 5th degree of Taurus. So those Leos who have their sun around the 5th degree of Leo, you are going to feel this square aspect. Okay, and for you, dear Leos, this eclipse is happening in your 10th house. So this is exciting because first of all, this eclipse, this lunar eclipse, is happening on the north node, and north node is positive, like it's always something new. Okay, and lunar eclipse is like culmination, illumination. It's like 10 full moons in one, and so yeah, it can be a time of like getting karmic rewards because this is the last eclipse happening in the Taurus Scorpio axis. And we're not going to have Taurus Scorpio eclipses for the next 9 years. Yeah, and North Node Taurus eclipse is not going to happen for you like for the next 18 years. So this is like a time of karmic rewards. So whatever career stuff you've been experiencing in the past year and a half, now you're going to get like karmic rewards. You've probably made a lot of progress already in your career matters, and now it's going to be like I don't know, the final reward, I guess, yeah, for all your hard work. And remember, again, I'm going to make a separate video for this lunar eclipse, so don't forget to check that out. And so this is it for October, dear Leos. It might have sounded brief, but October is very, very important. Like a lot of activity will be happening in October. So do be aware, do be prepared. It's gonna be energetically like draining, yeah, because of all the activity. Your daily routine might be turned upside down, but remember that this is temporary. The dust usually settles like a month after the eclipses. So you can expect to go back to normal routine by like uh, end of November. Yeah, like I could say mid-November, but just to be safe, towards the end of November. Okay, so instead of like fearing it, you can embrace the changes and meet it with like open arms, I guess. And I hope the eclipses won't bring any like bad surprises for you, dear Leos. The eclipse is just happening in your 3rd house and your 10th house. So siblings and then career, yeah, good stuff. Um, I hope you liked this video. I hope you found this informative, and if you did, please subscribe. And at the end of the video, I would like to remind you guys that I do personal readings. If you are interested, please email me. Okay, you can find my email in the comment section, or if I forget to post it, it's like retrovenusastrology at gmail.com. And if you don't feel like emailing, just leave a comment. I can contact you via comment. Okay. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful October. And I'll see you guys in November.